This video is brought to you by my wonderful Patreon supporters. Thank you, as always. Now let's get into this video. What makes a space truly unsettling? Is it the darkness, the silence, or the feeling that someone or something might be watching? Hi, I'm Jules, and today we are diving into the art of fear and how I design a space that would give you chills in my theme park, Urban Legends America. According to Merriam-Webster, fear is defined as an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. A 2023 study called Threat Perception Modulation by Capturing Emotion, Motor, and Empathetic System Responses explores how our brain uses three main systems to decide how to respond to threats: emotions, physical actions, and empathy. These systems work together to help us detect, evaluate, and react to danger. When we see or sense danger, emotions like fear kick in automatically. These emotions are like alarms, preparing our mind and bodies to deal with a possible threat. At the same time, our motor system gets ready for action. This could mean fighting back, running away, or even freezing in place. If we see someone else in fear or danger, our empathy kicks in. We start to feel their fear as if it's our own, which can make us more aware of the threat around us. Where we are and what's happening around us can change how much we feel threatened. For example, an alley at night might make us feel more scared than the same situation in daylight. If others around us are scared, we tend to feel more afraid too. This is because our empathy system is responding to their emotions. These three systems don't work in isolation. They're like a team, helping us figure out how dangerous a situation is and how to respond. So let's actually use the study's breakdown of each system to highlight how my theme park can spark fear into guests. To create an emotional response, I would incorporate sudden changes in lighting, eerie sounds, or unsettling visual elements. For example, I could use sound effects that mimic the creature I'm trying to emulate, and I can also use some lighting effects like flickering or sudden darkness. For a motor response, I want to create physical challenges or surprises that demand a reaction. Sudden air blasts, tilting platforms, or even animatronic jump scares could do the trick. Interactive elements can also be placed throughout the park or even in line cues to make them physically engage with the environment. For empathy, the use of actors could definitely help heighten tension. Guests might encounter a frantic actor warning them to turn back, or animatronics portraying panicked townsfolk. Seeing others react to fear, even if staged, can amplify their own emotions. So, with all that being said, I want to visualize these elements all in one in a concept work for a line cue for a ride called The Howling of the Swamp. This is an old piece of concept work that I did when I first started this project. This line cue was for this ride right here, and I still love the look of the actual ride concept, but I really believe that the cue in itself can definitely use some help. To give this even more context, the area of this ride would be right here in this part of the park and even this part of the land. As guests leave dry land, they head straight into the bayou. The air gets heavy and humid with the strong smell of swamp water all around. Fog covers the path, and soft yellow lanterns give off an eerie glow along the old bridge. The wooden planks creak and shift underfoot, making sure guests are aware of every step as they move deeper in. The paths twist and turn through thick vegetation, giving the feeling of stepping into a wild swamp. Distant chatter and howls echo through the mist, paired with quick bursts of cool air that feel like something just brushed by. Tiny blue lights flicker at the edge of your vision, disappearing when you try to focus on them. There are hidden triggers, like pressure plates that make rustling sounds or water splashes, keeping guests on their toes and wondering what's hiding in the brush. The bridge leads up to an old, run-down estate covered in vines and moss. The whole place looks like it's been swallowed by the elements. Lanterns flicker, casting creepy shadows. The crumbling house feels abandoned, with nature slowly taking over, setting the stage for an eerie, forgotten past. Inside the house is twisted and unsettling. The hallways don't feel right, with walls covered in claw marks that rip through old wallpaper and broken paintings. Lights flicker or sometimes go out completely. Some of the paintings that still reside on the wall give the creepy feeling of being watched. Guests can see that while salt lines and strange groups of trinkets on windowsills hint at someone's desperate attempts to keep something out, the broken furniture and smashed frames show otherwise. Guests while in the house can interact with the immersive items in the area to piece together who the people were that resided in the house prior. Some may even piece together that it wasn't all the doings of this creature. Finally, at the end of the queue, guests arrive at the boarding station and meet their skipper. From here, guests continue deeper into the bayou. Their skipper's serious tone and nervous attitude make it clear something isn't right and why you should have never came here in the first place. As the boats float through the dark swamp, the skipper tells chilling stories about the Rougarou. The growls and howls from earlier get louder and closer, making everyone turn their heads to search in the tree line. Water splashes and the boat rocks. The fog gets thicker, but parts just enough to get a quick glimpse of the mysterious Rougarou. Suddenly, the creature lunges towards the boat in a jump scare, triggering screams and reactions. The skipper makes a move to quickly get out of there, and in the final moments it will tie all together with fear and tension for an unforgettable ending to the journey. So the style that I've basically been doing is trying to take up all the space in my sketchbooks, especially since I've been trying to go through the stuff that I already have. I have a smaller sketchbook that I did in a previous video and used the entire spread for that, and I really like that exercise. So I kind of translated that into this one, but with a bigger sketchbook page rather than a spread. I also did that because I didn't know which like concept I wanted to basically do, and because I wanted to do multiple that would represent the actual overall look of not only the cube but also just kind of the entire facade while capturing the outside along with the inside, I figured that way doing like little parts of details and sections would be the best way to represent that. So I like it. I think there can be obviously things to improve on, but I really like this new style that I'm exploring. And I think if I do it more often, I can really hone in on, using the space wisely while also just having this feeling of journaling and writing down thoughts and trying to capture details in the space that might actually go lost if you're kind of like my style where it could be messy and there's not a lot of detail in these bigger scheme concepts. So I like it. I'm probably going to be doing this a lot, just style wise, because it gives me a lot of practice and allows me to actually show a little more detail in the final concept. So yeah. So if you made it this long into the video, let me know what scares you in the comments below. If you like the music in my videos, then check out the Absinthetic Orchestra. They have a full album of all the music that they created in my videos from last year, so all that plus more of their work will be in the description below. I will also put all my sources in the description, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time, stay curious, lore explorers.